Assalamualaikum and good day to Ma'am Anya Rose and to each and every one of you. I am Mahdi A. Dimaporo and I'll be discussing the introduction part in the topic Technology as a Way of Revealing. Technology as a way of revealing is a philosophical concept introduced by Martin Heidegger, a German philosopher, in his influential essay The Question Concerning Technology in 1954. Heidegger argues that technology is not just a set of tools or machines used for practical purposes, but a deeper process by which truth is revealed, a process of unconcealment which he refers to with the Greek term aletheia, or truth as revealing. Heidegger explains that in the ancient world, technology was a creative bringing forth or poiesis, like a craftsman creating something, or nature revealing itself in the growth of a plant. In both cases, something hidden becomes visible or known. This process is a form of revealing. For example, a river becomes a hydroelectric resource instead of being appreciated as a natural entity. Next, the human before common era, which will be discussed by Ms. Rima.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. In this video, I will be presenting about the human condition before the Common Era. Before the Common Era, humans were already showing signs of intelligence that made them stand out from all the other creatures. Unlike animals that only relied on instinct, but humans had the ability to think, plan, and solve problems. They used these they used this intelligence to survive, explore, and slowly improve their way of life. There are four things that very rampant or widely used during their time. First, we have the use of tools and nature. Early humans learned how to use the things around them to make their life easier. They didn't just pick up sticks and stones, rather, they turned them into tools with specific purposes, like for hunting, cutting, or building. These tools helped them adapt to their environment and made them more efficient in finding foods and of course protecting themselves. Second is the discovery of fire. One of the most important discoveries during their time was fire. Early humans, like the Homo erectus, learned how to create fire by sticking stones or striking stones together and rubbing sticks to produce heat, even though that they didn't fully understand the science behind they didn't fully understand the science behind friction or heat, but they realized that fire was useful. And third is the use of metals, minerals, and early craftsmanship. As time passed, humans began to discover minerals like gold, copper, and iron. At first, they used bones, stones, and other natural resources for tools or decoration, but later they learned how to melt and shape metals to create sharper tools and weapons and even jewelry. And of course, lastly, number four is the beliefs and religion. Early humans also developed beliefs to explain the world around them. They didn't have the science like what we have today, so they believed that natural events like rain, drought, or sickness were caused by gods or spirits. So different tribes had different gods, and they would perform rituals or ceremonies to please these gods. And these rituals were very important to them because they believed that it would bring them a good harvest since they are just relying on the resources around them. And of course, they also believed that it would bring them protection and healing. And that ends my part. Thank you.
Earlier, we have talked about the life and the condition of human before Common Era. And now let us discuss the life during Common Era, the human condition in the Common Era, and how human survive in this era. But before anything else, allow me to introduce myself first. I am Jerry Bazar, and today I'm going to elaborate, the life and the condition of human in the common era or during common era. So what was the life or what was it look like, during that time? So what one of its highlights is the earliest case of man-made extension. No, it was accelerated also in the sixth mass extinction. No, many species in this time was become extinct because of hunting and over harvesting and over exploitation of resources. So after that, we have the Anthropocene extinction or the sixth mass extinction. No, it is refers to the ongoing loss of species, primarily driven by human activities during the Holocene era, which began 12 years ago. This period marks significant changes, in human civilization, particularly following the advent of agriculture 10 years ago. What are the problems occurred during Common Era? So first is the problems in hunting. So the struggle because of the overexploitation and hunting, of animals and species at that time. People in this era also face a problem, when it comes to formation, or like for example, to form a civilization where a lot of communities is involved. So this struggle and has a lot of uh, conflict, because of overhunting, overexploitations, and over harvesting. They lack of resources. They eventually pay the consequences of their action by facing a lot of problems when it comes to the stability of their economy. Despite the problems presented earlier, the people in this community still practicing trading, to sustain their living and economy. And I think that concludes the discussion of the human condition or human life during Common Era.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I am Ismail Im Abdullah and I am going to discuss the notable comparisons in the usage of technology of the past and the present era. So, as we know, the past era or in the past, based on the history or even what we are able to access to prove the existence of technology in the past history or era, we can say that their innovation or their initiative to creating the uh, the fundamental of technology is so much, or let us say, unique in the sense that um, they are able to, even without the use of the modern technology, they are able to use their skills to create technology by themselves. So with that, there are four. I'm going to discuss four um, usage of technology that that is that has significantly contributed to the modern technology. First and foremost is the morality race. The morality race is a medical care for premature infants, allows allows them to survive and develop normally, while proper maternal care ensures the mothers the mother the mothers or the mothers can fully cover remain empowered. So with the morality race rate, it's not rate by the way, it's rate. With the morality rate, we can see that the advancements of the technology has has its own venue to saving infants that are very important in the formation of the society or the community. Okay, with that, this comparison or this is what we can compare to the past. While they don't have this kind of technology, and the present has this uh, morality rate. Okay, so the second one is the average lifespan. Science is able to prolong lives by enhancing living status and discovering different remedies to most diseases. Okay, so before, as we know, and based on the history, we can say that the technology or the access um, for living status are very difficult during that time. With the technology nowadays, it become it has the ability to prolong life lives by enhancing living status. So as we can see nowadays, no, that life are very um, we are very privileged, of course, to living in this era of technology, and with that, discovering different remedies to most diseases. Nowadays, scientists are able to discover or to uh, to have remedies to this to these different kinds of diseases. Unfortunately, one of the I just want to insert that one of the very uh, widespreading diseases nowadays in this era is the HIV. So HIV nowadays, yet they don't have, uh, we don't have a, what do you call this? We don't have a, yet in this era, we don't have a cure or the possible healthcare to cure HIV is not yet discovered or made by the scientists. So um, this is one of the diseases that must be focused because of its virus bacteria that is widespreading in this era. Okay. Anyways, this kind of technology with technology are able to discover things that are uh, good in uh, that are good to prolong lives by enhancing living status and discovering different remedies to most diseases or to these diseases. Okay, with that, the next one is the literacy rate. The access to education provided to more individuals generally creates a more informed public that could determine a more just society. Okay, with this, we can say that education nowadays, because of the technology, is very is we are privileged because of the technology because we are able to access education wherever we are or whatever we are doing. So wherever we are in the in the even we are in the uh, areas where there's no much infrastructures, but we can say that technology made it uh, uh, made a venue to ease the uh, our to access for us to access easier education. While before in the past era, we can say that the access to education is very hard, it's very difficult because they don't have this kind of, let us say, vehicles that are able to bring them to schools or to cities, and that's why they are, let us say, from rural to urban, no, that they are not able to access education uh, as what we are able to do right now or these days. Okay, with that, in this society nowadays, we can say that we are privileged to, we are lucky to have this kind of technology. Okay, and lastly, the gross domestic product. Okay, with this, the determined to value the value of the country's goods and services produced within the territory given a certain time period. The gross domestic product are, yeah, it is unlike before that the goods and the services produced within within the territory or within our country is not that accessible to everyone. Like, let us say, like, nowadays we are able to access or to have or to work within our country, and yeah, because of the technology we are able to access, and we are able to perform based on our skills, and it is undeniably true that technology has created a venue for us to uh, to access the value of the goods that our country are able to provide, and the services is so accessible, no, in this no? Like uh, we are able to work within our country with a certain time period, given a certain time period. Okay. With that, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude uh, for listening to my discussion with the notable comparisons. Actually, there's a lot of things or aspects or factors that we can um, compare to the recent to the recent era or to the recent generations with with the past generation, based on the history that we are able to read or we are able to access. Then we can say that nowadays in this era we can say that technology provided us a place or provided us the venue to elaborate things in on tops of our capabilities, and with that, with the help of the technology and the in the science, the discovery of sciences, and the product of technology. Actually, technology is the product of science, by the way. And with that, yeah, there's a lot of things that we are able to compare. But with that, I would like to say thank you for listening, and that is the end of my discussion, and I hope you understand even a little. Thank you.
One of example with that is cell phone or laptop. Yun ang mga technology. So, as we observe, technology here, technology there, we can see the big differences from before. We are more developed than we were before. Technology relies on its ability to solve problems and improve lives, and especially in communication, agriculture, and etc. Na it is so far different from before. So, who is Martin Heidegger? Martin Heidegger is a philosopher who argued that the essence of technology or purpose and being are different from each other. So, what he meant by that? Simple. Martin Heidegger argued that the technology is not about a mere collection of tools, but it is shapes our understanding and communication with natures and ourselves. Cannot deny the fact that the essence of technology is evolving, there are also challenges that we experience. So, number one, environmental impact. Environmental impact is industrialization and technological advancement have significantly contributed to climate change, pollution, and resource depletion. One example of that is the invasions of plastic. The invasions of plastic resulted in widespread plastic pollution in oceans and in our ecosystem. Another example with that is deforestation. As the essence of technology and agriculture is continue evolving, it will result to a habitat loss and even biodiversity decline. So number two is social disruption. Social disruption is a technological advancement can lead to job displacement, social inequality, and ethical dilemmas. Example for that is the invasions of robots. Invasions of robot, it is the automations with AI. 'Di ba? We know naman na what robots can do. So it can maybe replace human labor in various sectors in the future. So another with that is as the technology is evolving, we can share information, gather information in an easy way. But be careful, it also includes misinformations and fake news that undermine with our trust in our institutions. So lastly, the dependence and control. Dependence and control, our reliance on technology can diminish human skills, critical thinking, and our connection to the natural world. Example for this is yung magbiyahe tayo, tas sasakay tayo. Especially sa mga hindi naman gaano kalayong lugar yung pupuntahan natin, but we choose to use transportations rather than walk. So we forget the physical benefits that we can get from walking.
Technology helps us discover the truth about human life and makes our life easier through communication, medicine, education, and work. It improves our condition and solves many problems. However, too much dependence on technology is dangerous. We start to look at everything only in terms of usefulness, profit, or productivity. We forgot about things that have no direct benefit but are still important, like nature, emotions, relationships, and personal meaning. Philosopher Martin Heidegger warned that technology is not just a tool, it can shape how we think and live. If we're not careful, it can control our mindset and values. We became disconnected from what makes life meaningful. To put it simply, technology is helpful and powerful, but relying on it too much makes us lose touch with real human values. We must stay connected to nature, relationships, and personal purpose, not let machines define our lives.
Let me start with a question. When we say technology improved our lives, do we really mean everyone's lives? That brings us to this idea, backtracking the human condition. Now, what does that mean? To backtrack means to look back, to retrace our steps. So, when we backtrack the human condition, we're trying to review how human life has changed, especially with the rise of technology. We're asking, Did technology truly help all of humanity or just a few? Because at first, technology promised a better life, more comfort, better health, faster communication, easier work. And yes, in many places it delivered. People live longer. We have modern medicine, smart devices, transportation, and more. But here's the truth, not everyone experiences these benefits. Some people still fight every day to survive. They live in places where diseases spread easily, where, where there is war between tribes, where there's not enough water, food, or even land to live on. So while some enjoy high tech lives, others still live in extreme difficulty. This is what technology reveals, and that brings us to a deeper meaning. Philosopher Martin Heidegger once said technology is a way of revealing. What does that mean? It means technology doesn't just give us new tools, it gives us new ways of seeing the world. It shows us what we can create, but also what we're still lacking. It reveals both progress and inequality. So, in conclusion, technology truly has the power to change the world, but it also shows us the truth about the world, how far we've come, and how far we still need to go. That's why it's important to not just look forward, but also to look back to make sure that in this age of innovation, no one gets left behind. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Siti Ayasa Tanugmutin. In conclusion, our report explores how life has changed dramatically comparing the past and present. It's not just about laws or language, but how science and technology have completely reshaped how we live. It acknowledges the difficulties of keeping up with these changes, especially for those who didn't grow up with them. Then it takes a look at our ancestors, showing how clever they were in using what they had to make life easier kasi nung una naman wala naman silang technology and they were not so advanced unlike our generation. Even without all the knowledge we have today, it's a story of human ingenuity and adaptation across time. And also, it tells us a story about us humans again. It starts by showing how people long ago connected with their gods through ceremonies and rituals. Yung rituals minsan na yan yung dance na para maka-harvest sila, makakuha sila ng good harvest. A very human way to find meaning and security. Then it shifts to a look at how our actions have harmed the planet, pointing to a past extinction event caused by our conflicts and hunting. It ends with a warning about our currently impact, showing how our growing numbers and habits, syempre dumadami yung like population natin and habits are putting pressure on the Earth's resources. Meron tayong tinatawag na scarcity, which is yun yung limited resources natin. It's a reminder of our connection to both the past and the future and how our choices have shaped both. This report also shows how we've always tried for a better life, from hunting and farming to building technologies. We've been incredibly resourceful. It celebrates the incredible progress we've made in health and education, improvements that keep getting better and better. It then highlights the real difference technology has made in our lives, showing how things like better medical care for babies and longer lifespans are a testament to our ingenuity and compassion. It's a hopeful story about what we can achieve when we work together. This part also looks at how things like education, education, and a country's overall wealth affect people's lives. It suggests that more education leads to a fairer, or a good or a better society where people have a better chance to make their voices heard. Then it talks about how we measure a country's success not just by money but by the things it produces. Philippines have the malaki yung contribution natin in regards to agricultural resources. Finally, it gets philosophical, exploring what technology really means for us as humans, referencing a famous thinker who questioned whether technology is just a tool or something more profound. It's a thoughtful look at how different aspects of our world are connected and how they shape our experiences. talks about the risk of letting technology take over our lives. It warns that if we focus too much on gadgets and screens, we might miss out on the things that really matter to us, like our relationships and the world around us. It also points out that even though technology has helped many people live a better life, there are still many places where people struggle just to survive. And we know that it's a reminder that technology is a tool, and while it can be amazing, it shouldn't be the only thing we focus on. We need to remember our shared humanity and work towards a better future for everyone. So, ito lang po yung about sa report namin. Thank you!